What's up, y'all? It's your boy Alex here from Boss Life, and in this video I'm going to share 3 reasons why your New Year's resolutions will fail and how to fix it. I struggled with this for a long time, and I know a lot of people set New Year's resolutions and they don't follow through, so stick around. I've been an obsessed student of self-development since 2007 and have traveled the world coaching purpose-driven, high-performing men since 2013. Entrepreneurs up to the multi-billion-dollar level, investors, public speakers, bankers, doctors, psychologists, military. This stuff works for them, so I'm confident it will help you too. So if you're the kind of person who wants to make 2021 your best year yet, or even if you're just curious, this will be the video for you. Now, before we begin, be sure to subscribe with notifications because I release 2 videos per week on how to live a boss life. And of course, if you're really passionate about how to reach your goals in 2021, be sure to download the free Quarantine Domination Blueprint or sign up for a free Habit Hacker Mastermind consultation to go even more in depth on this topic. So the 3 reasons why your New Year's resolutions will fail and how to fix it. Number 1, you're relying on some invisible, magical New Year's fairy dust to wash over you, instantly making you disciplined and dedicated without any plan or system. You might even expect that somehow overnight from December 31st to January 1st, everything's gonna just click into place. This is simply not how long-term success works. Chances are, if this is your strategy, you might end up being one of those people who signs up for a year-long gym membership on January 1st, and by January 15th, they've stopped going completely. Millions of people do this. Instead, you should be using a system, something like my Benjamin Franklin method, a vehicle to actually carry you to your desired destination. Something practical that works for you, rather than hoping for some fantasy energy boost to kick in just because the calendar changed. It doesn't work like that, guys. So don't be one of these people who's relying on this invisible New Year's magic to somehow kick in and wash over you like fairy dust, because you will be one of these people who falls off after 2 weeks max, and we'll find ourselves here again in 1 year. You'll be setting the same New Year's resolutions and you will be no closer to those goals at all. There's no invisible New Year's magic. You need a system. Number 2, the second reason why your New Year's resolutions will fail and how to fix it is you think that grit and willpower alone are enough to keep you consistent, when in fact that sets you up for burnout and failure. If you've ever had a sudden burst of motivation, you'll be familiar with what happens a couple of weeks, if not days later. We get these occasional bursts of motivation and we decide to take action and take control over our lives. And then within a short period, that burst of motivation turns to overwhelm, stress, burnout, intimidation, and eventually, ultimately, even lower self-worth when we fail following through on our commitment to ourselves. So the solution is to find a more efficient fuel source rather than banking on pure grit and willpower. Look, you may be a Jocko Willink, you may be a David Goggins, but chances are you're not. And even if you were, grit alone as a fuel source inevitably will lead to burnout. Instead, you should get clarity on your ultimate purpose, subsequently your next mission, and crucially, your why. Clarity on your desired destination, your reasons why, your ultimate purpose, and your current mission. That will be like an endless supply of energy and motivation that's actually sustainable over the long term. Now, these are really hard questions to ask ourselves, which is why I dedicated a whole day of my Benjamin Franklin method purely to purpose. Abraham Maslow said, "It is not normal to know what we want. It is a rare and difficult psychological achievement." So don't expect this to be easy. It is very difficult. It should seem easy on the surface until you actually get into it. Trust me, this stuff is hard, worth doing. Now, the third reason why your New Year's resolutions will fail and how to fix it is you think you can do it alone. The truth is, you could do it alone, but it's just so much harder. It takes so much longer that way. It's so much less fun. It's so much more stressful. Why would you make things more difficult for yourself than they need to be? Sure, it might be possible to get in a rowboat and paddle your way from California to Australia all by yourself. It might be possible, but wouldn't it be easier if you had a team paddling with you? What about when you get tired? What about when you need some rest? What about when you don't have the strength to paddle today? The ocean is just gonna blow you around if you don't have someone else to keep you on course. Wouldn't it be helpful if you had a crew who could take over and provide you with the energy and momentum that you needed when you were unable to generate it for yourself? Of course. Look, doing it together with a team, it simply accelerates the process. So find a mentor or mentors and peers who want to win in the same ways as you. For example, if you want to get in shape physically, you find a personal trainer, and then you find some friends who also want to exercise, and you do it with them. Keep each other accountable. If you want to dominate every aspect of your life like me, then find mentors who seem to have their shit together in the ways that you admire, and pay for access to their knowledge, access to their network, access to their experiences. These are shortcuts for you. Join masterminds and accountability groups and group coaching programs. Don't try to do this alone. You're only going to make it more difficult for yourself. So in summary, the 3 reasons why your New Year's resolutions will fail and how to fix it. Number 1, you're relying on some kind of invisible New Year's magic. Number 2, you think that grit and willpower alone are enough. And number 3, you think you can do it alone. Now, the solutions in summary: use a proven step-by-step system rather than relying on magic. Number 2, get a fuel-efficient source. In other words, clarity on your purpose and your why, instead of relying purely on grit and willpower, which will inevitably lead to burnout. Number 3, get a team, a crew, mentors, people to help you win, so you're not doing it all alone. All right? That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm so looking forward to 2021. 2020 has been the very best year of my life, and that's kind of crazy to say, but it's using everything here that I've just shared with you and much more. So if this kind of thing interests you, definitely check out the Quarantine Domination Blueprint linked below, and I suggest you sign up for a Habit Hacker Mastermind consultation. That's completely free. And with that, I want to thank you again for being here, and please let me know in the comments below, which of these 3 mistakes have you made in the past, and which of these 3 solutions are you going to implement to ensure that you dominate 2021? Thank you so much, guys. If you like this video, please let me know. Hit that like button. I really appreciate you. It means a lot. I'm working hard to get these videos out to you, trying to step it up every week. I hope you guys are enjoying. Stick with me for this ride, because this is just the beginning. I am barely getting started. You are going to see and witness me transform over the next decades, assuming that I make it that long, and you're gonna love what you see. So join me for the ride, because I want to dominate with you. And I'll speak to you in the next video.
Thank you, Mr. Alex Walton. You got it for me, buddy.